Another big news that we are seeing from the auto sector is where Mahindra & Mahindra is set to acquire almost 60% stake in SML Isuzu for 555 crore of consideration. Puneet, what can you tell us about this update?
Well, it's an acquisition that's been around in the media for a while now and finally being confirmed for Mahindra & Mahindra. They will acquire 58.96% stake in the listed SML Isuzu company in India. Now, this will be a 555 crore acquisition as of now. They mentioned that this would be at a price of just 650 rupees per share because SML is currently listed on the BSE and is currently trading at roughly about 1700 rupees per share. So definitely a huge discount to the current market price. M&M would acquire roughly almost a 44% stake from Sumitomo, which is its promoter, and another 15% stake from Isuzu Motors Japan, which holds roughly, so in all there will be roughly a 58% stake that M&M would buy. They will also separately launch a mandatory open offer for the rest 26% to acquire, and it's a very big acquisition for M&M. And the key reasons that they mentioned as a rationale for these acquisitions are that the proposed acquisition will be a step towards establishing presence in the less than 3.5 ton market currently for trucks as well as in the commercial vehicle segment. They've said that currently they only have a 3% market share, and with this acquisition it will double to 6%. They're also planning to increase their market share by 10 to 11% by FY31 and eventually to a fifth of the market by FY36. Currently, of course, SML is a leader in the ILCV bus segment specifically. They also have around 16% market share, and then in terms of some numbers, SML reported 2,196 crores in terms of revenue in FY24. Margins were of 179 crore. That's roughly 8.5% EBITDA margins, with profit also over 100 crores. So it's not a loss-making company. They also scheduled a conference call today at 9:30 to discuss the acquisition. So some of the key aspects of what led to this acquisition will be the key. But most brokerages that have come out across, this particular transaction have mentioned that this will strengthen the company's, commercial vehicle segment, and the valuation seemed attractive for the company at the current price that they've announced as well.
Okay, thank you, Puneet, for that overall roundup that we are seeing for the auto sector. But let's talk about banks. IndusInd Bank's board has appointed investigation which is now concluded, and there have been some alarming takeaways. Let's bring in our banking editor, Vishwanath Nair, for more details on this.
Right. So what happened last evening is that the IndusInd Bank board disclosed the findings of this independent audit that was conducted back in March 2025. Essentially, this was done to ascertain what exactly happened, the root cause analysis of the accounting lapses that were reported at the bank. What seems to be coming out of that is that faulty internal trades or incorrect accounting of these internal trades is what led to the financial hit on the bank. Essentially, the bank's board is working on now fixing accountability of the people who are responsible for this accounting lapse. The board is also going to realign the roles and responsibilities of senior management. These are serious steps that are being taken by the board now, nearly 2 months or a little over 2 months after the bank first disclosed that it had found certain issues. The independent audit firm has found that the financial hit on the bank is about 1,960 odd crore. This is approximately the same as what PwC had estimated earlier this month, where they said about 1,979 crore worth of a hit would be there for IndusInd Bank. All this financial hit is going to be adjusted in the FY25 earnings. Now, of course, NDTV Profit back on 17th of March had reported that the internal accounting discrepancies is what led to the lapses, and therefore these disclosures that are coming from the bank are confirming that news development. And NDTV Profit had also reported that IndusInd Bank had actually breached long-standing accounting standards while doing these internal trades, and that is why this financial hit is coming in. What are the next steps? Well, essentially, the board is doing what it is doing as far as accountability is concerned, but the RBI is also expected to take action against those who have done activities because of which this financial hit is coming in. The RBI was awaiting the results of this specific independent audit that was being done by Grant Thornton. MD and CEO Sumant Katpalia, his tenure is ending in March 2026, but of course, the board will have to find a suitable successor for Sumant Katpalia. The expectation is that by October of 2025, you will have a few names in hand, which will then be sent to the RBI for a final confirmation.